Welcome, and first of all, let me say Happy New Year to everyone. It's good to see you all again. Hopefully, everybody has enjoyed their time off or school break and got all the gifts that they expected. I am Mr. Williams, and today we're going to talk about the 5 steps to making good decisions. I wanted to talk about this because I was talking to some family members, and I realized that if it's not something that we practice on a regular basis, we tend to forget what the 5 steps are and how to properly go through the steps to make good decisions. So, step number 1, you need to identify what is your goal. Okay? You have to identify what it is your decision is going to solve. What is the purpose of your decision? So, you want to ask yourself, what exactly is the problem that needs to be solved? And you want to be as clear about that as you possibly can. And then you want to ask yourself, why does this problem need to be solved? Why do I need to make this decision? Because when you know these 2 things, then you have identified why you need to make this decision, and it helps you along your way to make that the proper decision. Okay? Step 2, you want to gather as much information as you possibly can so you can properly weigh what your options are. Okay? You want to gather information that's related to the problem. You want to make a list of every possible alternative, even ones that don't initially seem like they make any sense. Okay? Step 3, you want to consider the consequences of each of your options and all of the alternatives. This will help you by doing step 3. It's going to help you determine how your final decision will impact you and anyone else who may be involved. You want to ask yourself, what is likely to be the results of your decision? How will it affect you now? How will it affect you in the future? Step 4, go ahead and choose one of your options. Make a decision. Basically, execute your final decision. Now, for many of us, this may cause anxiety because this is the actual step in which we take some steps. We actually have to begin to do things. We have to do what is called for within our decision. We're going, and you should take into account, how does this decision make you feel? Ask yourself that. How do I feel? Do I feel good about this? Do I not feel so good about this? Does this decision really work best now? And will it be okay in the future? Step 5, at all times, you want to evaluate your decision. You have now put your decision in effect. Does it work? Has it solved your problem? Remember, it's fundamental. So it may require you to seek new information and make some changes along the way. It does require patience. But by doing it and continuously doing it, we learn perseverance. We learn that because that many times we make a decision and the outcome that we expect is not immediate and we're ready to make changes. Sometimes you just need to be patient and continue doing what you decided you're going to do and see it through to the end and to get the outcome that you expect. If we continuously look for and anticipate anything that can go wrong, that'll ease us feeling any type of stress, and it'll ease some of the anxiety. But the system is not perfect, okay? Because it, like every other technique, takes practice. So when we first attempt, there are going to be mistakes we may make. And over the course of time, as we get better at doing it, these won't be as drastic. One of the problem that can happen is misidentifying the problem. It is not always obvious what the main problem is. You want to take the time to figure out exactly what it is to the best of your ability. And you have to ask yourself, where do you need to focus your efforts in accordance with the decisions you're looking to make? If you do that, then it'll save you a lot of time and energy in the long run, because you don't have to go back and make changes to your decision and then try it again over and over again. The better you're able to truly identify the problem, the better you're able to identify what decisions you should make in that instance. You want to have more than a single source of information as you look at what your options can be, okay? You want your choice of alternatives to be as broad as possible, because single source of information, not always reliable and may not be an actual fit for the problem. You want to do as much research as you possibly can. Speak to other people who may have been in your situation as well whenever possible. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. At the same time, you want to be careful of having too many sources. Too many sources may lead to basically being unable to figure out what exactly you should do. You end up overloaded and misguided. And it'll prevent you from actually following your intuition, okay? And remember, trusting your gut instinct is a major key in making a good decision. Because if you make it and it doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't. Okay, do not overestimate the outcome. When making a decision and putting your plan into action, you want to take care of the way all of the valid options. Make sure that you're looking at things that make sense. Making sense based on making a decision based on outcomes that don't make sense or not really possible, it's not going to help you solve the problem. So you want to take the time to make sure you're not overestimating the outcome. Timing. Time may be good and sometimes not. There are times when you have to make a quick decision, and there are times when you are afforded the opportunity to take your time to make a decision. Major decisions obviously are best when you can take the time to make that decision. But at the same time, with a major decision, you may be able to go ahead and make a quick decision, okay, which would allow you to make changes to your decision as problems arise. So like as I said when I started, it may be good, it may not be. It's a matter of whether or not you have the time to make the proper decision. Summary. This is the key. Basically, get in the habit of using these 5 steps to make good decisions. If you get into the practice of doing it as soon as possible, it becomes like anything else that we do over and over again. It becomes a habit, and you'll find yourself making good decisions more readily than not. I am Mr. Williams. I thank you for having joined me today. Till next time.